All right, thanks everybody that stuck out through the break. This next deck that we're going to play, like many of the decks, if you're new to the stream, is a viewer submission. So if you have a sweet Runeterra deck that you'd like to see on stream at some point in the future, you could submit that using the form on my website. I also do what are called build-around submissions. So if you have an idea or like a couple of champions or a champion plus some other cards that you'd like to see a deck built around but you're not quite sure what to do with it, I also offer that as something you can submit. This build is a mid-range deck featuring Trundle, one of our new champions from the latest set. I think this card's reasonably powerful here, so 4/6 with regeneration, which means it heals at the end of each round. When he's summoned, he creates an Ice Pillar. Ice Pillar is an 8-drop, kind of a neat card. I feel like one of the things I really like about Runeterra is that this, I feel like in Magic, this would kind of be like an enchantment in a way, but I feel like it fits really well here because it's still very interactive. So the Ice Pillar is vulnerable, which means other people can force it to block. And then when you play it, it refills your mana, so it's free if you have at least 8 mana. And then when you play it and at round start, it makes the strongest enemy vulnerable, so you can force their strongest enemy to block. Trundle levels when he sees you play an Ice Pillar. And then his leveled mode here gains Overwhelm, and then when he attacks, he gains +1 attack permanently for every 8+ mana card you have in play or in your hand. Yeah, so we're pairing this with Swain, which is another very good mid-range champ in this game. Not a new one, but very good. So 3/6 for 5, fearsome, can't be blocked by little things. When he deals damage to the enemy nexus, he deals an extra 3. And then he levels when you dealt 12 non-combat damage. And his leveled mode stuns things in the enemy back row every time you deal direct damage to the enemy nexus, which is neat. So, Trundle's champion spell, Icequake here, is actually quite good with, Swain. So it gives all units -3 attack this round and then deals 3 damage to all units. So Trundle's champion spell or just Icequake, we're playing one of them in addition to his champion spell, probably levels Swain all on its own. If there's at least 4 units in play when you Icequake, that snap levels Swain, which is great. I think this card's super playable. I think the 8's a little expensive, but it's important that it's 8 for the Behold mechanics. The rest of the deck has cheap units like House Spider, Sentry, and Troll Scavenger here at the bottom end. I think this card's super sweet. So 1/3 for 2, but when it's summoned, if you have an 8+ cost card in your hand or in play, it gets 3 attack permanently. So this will be a 4/3 for 2 if you meet the Behold requirement. And then we've got other good Swain cards like Death's Hand and Fervor, Avalanche. So a lot of sweet ones here. Let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this and see how it goes. Swain. Got a lot of decks right now. Yeah, someone said the theoretical maximum a Runeterra deck can cost is about $60, but like if you look at most competitive decks, most reasonable decks that are looking to optimize only end up playing like 6 epics at most, so that keeps the price down. Leona, Diana. I actually think I'm going to keep all of these. Sand seems super reasonable. I guess this isn't very good without... Maybe I mulligan these two. Although it could be reasonable to keep this, because if I play it after I Trundle, Trundle's Ice Pillar gives me something to behold. I'm mulligan these two. Mulliganing with the Behold cards is going to be interesting. Frequently, or traditionally, typically, whatever you want to call it, up until this point, you generally want to mulligan 8-drops, but in this, now you don't. Oh, that's a good thing to observe. So Babbling Berg, I didn't mention this during the deck tech. This grab draws you a unit with 5+ power, and this card in this deck always draws Leviathan, so this is guaranteed to get us something to behold, which seems great. Get the Death's Hand here on Diana. I'm not sure if that card, I'm kind of skeptical if that card's going to be playable, Suskind. I feel like there's enough challenger units in this game to make that card a hard sell.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
Yeah, I agree, Pelly. I think the other two ramp cards, the 3-drop 04 as well as the 3/5 04 as well as the mana crystal one that heals you, those are the two better pieces of ramp in this game.
Bless the faithful and sear the heretics.
Dusk approaches.
Okay, so Diane's gonna get to eat my spider. We can trade the 3/3 for their 3/3. Ooh, Diane's gonna get to eat my 3/3. Rude.
Night descends. Face your heretic.
Hey, I'm glad you're checking it out, Jace. I think most people who like card games will really enjoy Runeterra if they give it a try. My only warning to people that are trying Runeterra that haven't yet that are my Magic regulars is that once you experience Runeterra, it becomes very difficult to stomach giving wizards money with how predatory Arena is. So like, consider that before you dive into the game that doesn't treat you like a expendable money bank.
I am Targon's daughter who will unite the heavens.
Rude.
Unity is not conquest, Leona. Clad in shining sunlight, I am the bulwark against darkness!
So they can't play another, what's it called this turn, another Daybreak thing this turn. So we're gonna go ahead and Troll Ravager.
Oh, good as bone shiver.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Yeah, both of these champions level very quickly.
And here's where I'd paint my constellation.
Burn away, doubt!
Yeah, these have regenerate, so like there's really no point in them attacking. Did I do that? Whoosh!
A little snowball.
I need your light.
Yeah, Swain's leveled. You know, I wonder how Wizards interprets some of the feedback on their surveys, right? Because like, if like I fill out my survey and they ask me how much money did I spend, I tell them that I've spent almost $1,000 on Arena this year, but then I also tell them that I wouldn't recommend it to a new player. So like, what do they like, just like, are they okay with that? That like someone that spent a lot of money wouldn't recommend the product they've spent money on, or do they see that as a bad thing? I'd be very interested to be like a fly on the wall in their decision making. Yes, regen with Avalanche is also very good.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Steam reviews with 1,000+ hours that don't recommend the game. They really make you go, So I can go Ice Pillar into Leviathan here. 27 out of 12. Oh, that's great.
War is everlasting.
I will shield my people as long as I draw breath.
Hail to the king! Unstoppable. Dear mortal.
Did I mark my own box as content I consume? Of course.
Take forever, why don't you?
Heckle him. Get him, Trundle, get him. Trundle's ready to smash, chat.
Destination in sight.
By my spear. Prove yourself. Die, weakling.
We have the Nightfall pump spell here. Yeah, Bale Cascade. They should also attack with their elusive, right?
Whatever the cost.
Is Swain Leviathan still just the best top end in these mid-range matchups?
By my hand will Noxus rise.
Grand General.
Grand General.
Unyielding light.
This might be wrong, because this is my backup Swain. That's brutal. So now it just doesn't take any damage, right? Because it only damages it if it's stunned or damaged. Oh, I have Babbling. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Babbling sometimes draws Trundle, though.
Bask in the light's radiance.
Will no one listen?
Find your path in the dark and follow.
Okay,
no
so
false
leveled Swain stuns something every time they take non-combat damage.
But
And Leviathan here is going to deal 1 damage 3 times. So there are 3 highest powered things are getting stunned here.
I will break.
So those 3 are not going anywhere. Hey, look, there's a Trundle. We've got another Leviathan. And then next turn I get to just like drop another Leviathan this turn and just like untap and kill them, right? Because their board will be fully stunned and they're taking 6. It's gonna be quite a stunning turn.
They will not escape punishment.
the sun's splendor revealed.
Order, sir. Bring forth our army.
Bring forth our armies. Okay. That doesn't matter, right?
Devotion through battle. For truth.
Your units that are about to be stunned are larger. Looking for a burn deck, any suggestions? So last season the Scouts aggro deck would be my recommendation for an aggro deck, but I don't know, like we just had a set drop, so people are still trying to figure things out.
History will remember us.
If you're new to Runeterra and you're not quite sure what you want to build just yet, I would definitely recommend just playing the labs. This is up for 19 days. There's 6 pre-made decks with lots of cards in them. You can flip through them, get a feel for lots of different things, try to learn what champions you like. You've got two and a half weeks to play that. Definitely be my recommendation if you are not quite sure what direction you want to go in to get started. Yeah, it's almost like prop that Riot is confident in the product that they've made, so they want people to be able to sample it. Maokai Nautilus. I'm gonna mulligan the Death Sand. You can always find the deck list by looking at my Runeterra decks page. Should also be available on the overlay. Type exclamation point deck in chat to get a link to my Mobalytics page where the current deck list is available. Always try and keep that up to date. I know people love information, so I always try to make it accessible. Little unfortunate that we kept Leviathan and then drew another Leviathan. I didn't mulligan this Leviathan even though I had Babbling Berg, because I wanted to be able to play this 4/3 on 2. Because they're a deep deck, so I think I need to be as aggressive as possible here. I think I open on attacking for 4, just in case they have the 3/2 lifesteal. Babbling doesn't draw anything. No, I have a 3rd Leviathan. Right? There's 3 Leviathans in here? Yeah, there's 3. Maybe I should have played these to try and get aggressive.
I will tend this garden.
Will no one listen?
Yeah, I can hold. I'm probably going to hold the second Berg, because once Trundle levels, it'll be able to find that. Definitely just opening on attacks here. If they want to eat my 1/1, I have Noxian Fervor to be able to finish this off. Maokai makes a sapling every time they play a unit, so I want to start my turn by attacking before they get a chance to do that.
Twice as much.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Honestly, Iced, most decks feel like that. The deck we played just before this one, I think actually seemed really sweet and would probably be my recommendation for a mid-range deck that I played so far. This one also seems reasonable, but like there's a ton of mid-range decks to pick from in this game. This one, the Nightfall Invoke. I made a couple of changes at the end. I'll post the latest variation that we ended on after I finish this game for you.
We'll see who bleeds tonight.
They're trying to obliterate that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and Noxian Fervor your face in response. So steals 3 to one of my things and 3 to them. They're just conceding. God bless. Post that invoke deck here really quick for... There's that one with the last couple of chart changes I made. Alright. Let's play some more Trundle, eh? Yeah, we played Leona Yasuo yesterday, Captain Buckles. You can find it up on my website, my YouTube channel. I think it was the 3rd deck we played. Nocturne Diana. Definitely want to keep Death's Hand against Nocturne Diana. I'm gonna mulligan these two. I think with another 2-drop in my hand, I mulligan this when I don't have an 8-drop to start. As opposed to keeping it and hoping to find one. How did I like it? It felt okay. To set a low bar, it felt better than the other Yasuo decks I've played to date. What would be a Runeterra control deck? Anybody hit any control decks that they would recommend offhand? So Runeterra just had a set release, so like as far as like super certainty as far as archetypes go, people are still getting a feel for things. Yeah, there's a War Mother. The War Mother deck is basically a control deck. Yeah, I guess you could argue it's kind of combo-y, I suppose. I was working on a off-stream last night. I was playing some Lux Aesol as a control deck. Lux Thresh last set was good. I was playing some Lux Aesol off-stream. That felt very reasonable. So Babbling's gonna draw me a Leviathan, so now I have a Behold for this.
A nightmare for every mind.
You gotta believe me!
I think I'm okay attacking in here. This puts, if they block either of these, it puts Nocturne into Avalanche range. And even this block, like it saves their Nocturne, but it puts Nocturne into Avalanche range again, which is good.
Heed my word!
Hey, Nick, we played a bunch of different things so far.
Snow Sunder smash all the things!
Link to Lux Aesol. I can... Hold on, I can publish it.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
There's the Lux Aesol deck I've been playing.
Meet Snow Sunder!
Oh, this is fearsome. That's annoying.
Dash to base!
I mean, to be fair, of the 90 cards Runeterra added, probably 70 of them are potentially constructed playable, which is like adding more cards than you get in the average Magic expansion.
Born a patrician, I became a soldier.
Ha! Battle Fury with these regenerate champions is like really good. Isn't it?
We are at war.
I'm okay with this trade. Am I? They have like a deal one to finish Swain, but that's like not a big deal because I got Leviathan rolled up. Lux is one of my favorites too, Maka. Lulu is currently fighting Lux for my beloved #1 slot, but I definitely like Lux.
What did the stars reveal, Mother Moon?
Yeah, Celestial cards are not collectible cards. They're not part of the 90k Smith. Can Riot stop with the 1 mana 3/3s? Are there 1 mana 3/3s that are busted? I feel like I missed it if people think there's a 1 mana 3/3 that's busted. So I have 10 total mana here, so I can play Troll Scavenger and Battle Fury.
Hunt them down.
Hey, thanks for the Prime support, Kodama. Yeah, I leave the chat open during Runeterra usually. I appreciate the folks that sub though anyways. If you've got that Prime, make sure you drop it off somewhere each month, even if you don't send it here. I appreciate the people that do send it here, though. This is my full-time job, and I would love to have an excuse to do more Runeterra stuff. If the number's justified.
Will no one listen?
Alright, what are we doing? Are we just playing Leviathans? I think that's the plan. I could start by attacking. I don't hate that either. What do we think of just smashing? They're at 10. I want to smash. Let's smash.
I know your true heart.
I don't think I want a Battle Fury here. I think I'm fine just trading off. I think I want to just get my Leviathan down this turn.
The light of my star warms the heavens.
That's pretty good. All right, Leviathan.
The moon is our queen, the night her kingdom. Question all that you are told. A disobedient child.
For the people saying that Battle Fury could have been lethal, I think that's too aggressive.
Artillery barrage!
Yeah, this is my desktop background. These gals are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Yeah, there isn't Teferi in this game. There's play, and counterplay. Yeah, there's Shadow Isles and 10 mana up. What am I doing here? I think it's just playing a 2-drop to start.
These old eyes still see far.
I'm still pretty far off of, I'm actually pretty far off of leveling Swain. I could Avalanche plus Swain this turn though, which could be nice.
Moonlight cloaks the land in silver.
So their Nocturne's gonna level, which is gonna give all of their stuff fearsome. I think we might be dead. I might have to use Battle Fury on defense. Battle Fury on defense might get us out of it. Yes, that's not true. They only need 2. They only have to connect with 2 things to kill us. I think we're just a little bit too slow here. up and down the ladders like a jump rope. Yeah, Nocturne super good. Yeah, Magic made a bunch of, let's call them, they experimented a lot and then refused to dial things back when they messed it up. Jinx Draven, yep. Keeping the Leviathan here because it beholds for both of these.
Anything else?
So we're going to see an open on attacks here. How Spider messes them up if they don't.
Is he here yet? Oh man.
Pioneer. If Uro doesn't get you, the ban list will. So, could really use an avalanche.
Hey, kiddo. Dig your get up.
Just kill this now. They're gonna open on attacks. I'll trade for a 2. We'll take 4. Then we can deploy the Ravager post-combat. They didn't open on attacks. God bless. We'll take 2 now because they don't have good attacks because of the 3/5. Yeah, I know. I don't know the exact background of everybody that's on their team, obviously, but I know, like, for example, their live balance lead, Steve Rubin, is a previous Magic Pro Tour winner.
The trolls are going to war!
Go to war!
Like, something that I think is very likely true about Wizards of the Coast and how Magic's ban lists get managed is I think there's a really incredible chance that, like a lot of the issues that Magic has, they aren't difficult to fix. But I think the people who can understand how to fix them almost assuredly aren't given the resources they need to be able to fix them.
We're doing it!
Yep. So they're killing Trundle and then Jinx just leveled, which is terrifying. Hello, wife.
There's new mega.
Mega evolutions. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. She has quick attack.
It's Draven time.
Yep.
Find humans, make them flat!
Find humans, make them flat. She needs your Pokemon to help us raid. God bless.
Time for the moneymakers.
So, Jinx is actually one of my favorite champions in the game, too. Every time they empty their hand, she creates a super mega death rocket, which isn't good for me this game, but is sweet. We're gonna launch a missile at our face here. Do I want to Death Sand something this turn? Probably not. I mean, like, you know, like Draven, Trundle, Swain, like, they're neat characters, but I wouldn't call them my favorites. Like, I think if I made a list of top 3, it's probably like Lux, Lulu, Jinx.
Snow Sunder smash all the things!
Raven down.
You want more information? So, actually, I often talk about how the number of decks in this game that are competitive is impressive, and the Runeterra devs actually said that they had said that the number of decks that their data show are competitive are actually even more than the amount of data on the Mobilytics site. And they said that they're working on figuring out ways to be more transparent and share more data. Probably trying to figure out an API for it or something like that. Based on how the rest of their stuff works.
I'm on the verge of something. I wonder.
My mama said data was evil. Data's only evil if the story the data tells about you isn't a nice one. I mean, genuinely, Aetherwild, like, Runeterra feels like someone went down the list of things that people frequently say this should change in Magic, or like other card games, or like, yeah, okay, that's different now.
Found you.
So we're dead to a Super Mega Death Rocket. Dead to a Vision as well. Poro Cannon was like legit good there. Elusives across 2 bodies is really impressive. We don't find Avalanche. Ah, yeah, I could have Death Sand, you're right. The odds of them not making a missile and killing us there are low. But you're right, I should have tried. So, probably an aggro deck. I'm gonna mulligan Trundle and keep all these other ones. These 3 are all great cards against something aggressive. Battle Fury, not stellar. Yeah, the only reason Wizards is so afraid of sharing data about their formats is because they don't like to manage their formats.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
If you treat your players like mushrooms, it's difficult for them to be able to show when you're doing something that's not great.
They hit the wrong row?
There's always a way out.
Closing in on the mark!
Kip. Looks like ephemeral aggro. Was that a Timo reference? I forget what movies that's from, but I'd heard the mushroom analogy before. For people that aren't familiar with the mushroom analogy, the way you take care of mushrooms is keeping them in the dark and feeding them a healthy diet of bullshit.
Oh, hello there.
Up there in the mountains!
In the mountains. I think we're probably culling striking this.
Old masks let young eyes see clearly. Courage masks the heart from fear.
Okay, Noxian Fervor it is. I should probably wait till I get to combat to do this. Yeah. Oh, wow, they're playing Vile Feast. That surprises me. I guess I should have played around that.
Strike quickly.
They're coming! Hide!
Yeah, if I would have waited till combat, I could have put the 1/1 here, and then I wouldn't take 3.
Man overboard!
Something for the rip.
You still rise.
Ever played League of Legends? No. The last time I played a MOBA, it was a custom map on Warcraft 3. Got that big boomer energy going on.
They'll come for you!
Oh, I played Valorant? No, the last shooter I played was, I just do this, right? I guess I pass, because if they enter combat, I culling strike. I'm gonna pass.
See the world through
Yeah, Overwatch was the last shooter I played. Ice Quake me, daddy. Yeah, I think they're gonna drop maps again to try and push lethal also. This also means they don't have deny mana. Sometimes this archetype plays some amount of deny. And this is nice here too. It gets rid of 3 attack this turn. So even though they saved that, it's only attacking me for 1, which is great.
Follow my lead.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The Yordle here's with me.
Smashing!
Sure. You gotta stop with the boomer energy comments because my girlfriend's teens heard you and they've been saying okay boomer to us. Well, I mean, have you considered being less of a boomer? I have Noxie and Fervor here too, if I need it in a pinch, but I'd rather not lose my Trundle. I think this is fine. I don't want to lose. I could give up my Trundle to deny them drawing 2, but I don't think that's worthwhile.
Hang on, Cern.
Misstep.
It was right on my tail!
It was right on my tail.
Lands now. You're in my kingdom now.
Okay, we've got Leviathan.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
Leviathan deals 3. I've got Death Sand and Noxian Fervor. I think we're gonna pull this out, Jep.
Hey, Krabby.
that's my resting face.
That's my resting face.
Knock 'em dead. Get ready for a beatdown.
The old +4. So they got a jump block here. Yup.
Darken the sky. Bam, bam, bam. Ha, ha, ha.
What a perfect Trundle victory cry after getting blasted by the Leviathan 3 times. On point, Mr. Troll. Accurate play-by-play from Trundle. Maokai, Nautilus, not an Avalanche or Icequake matchup. And keep House Spider, try and get aggressive here. This is a play matchup where we need to be the aggressor. What do we get 4-0 from? He gives himself 4-0. Leveled Trundle gets 1 attack permanently for each 8+ card you behold. And behold counts not only things you have in play, but also in hand. Trundle. Coffee's for closers, and Trundle is getting himself a cup of joe. He closes games out. Yesterday, Behold was bugged and counted as opponent stuff too, which made Trundle extra good. Yikes. I think I just want to go wide here. I'm going to go Sentry.
Border from here.
They're going to play deal 1 to everything, and I'll curl up in a nice little ball and cry.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
Yeah, Whale. Whale's the one. Stalking Shadows in Deep. That's interesting. I don't know if that's that useful. I guess it's like okay with Thorny. I guess it's good at grabbing your tossed creatures, huh? Yeah, sure. Okay, seems neat with these.
The trolls are going to war!
It's a 2 mana draw 2. Kind of. It's only taking 1 card out of your deck, right?
Take forever, why don't you?
Is it too aggressive to just Icequake here? What do we think of that?
Come on!
I guess it kills my stuff. They might just end the turn here is the problem when I pass. They didn't just end the turn, God bless.
These big as tombstones.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I actually really like their limited format as well, Bad 2. I'm not huge on limited in Magic, but the limited in Runeterra is a lot higher average power level because of the way their synergy drafting works, and I think it's really enjoyable. Why the 3-2 there? Because I wanted to untap and kill them. I wanted to take their lifelink out of play. If they deploy Nautilus this turn, there's a good chance we don't get another attack. If they don't have Nautilus this turn, we might have a real shot. I was in the middle of draft when the set released, and they gave me my draft token back and gave me the rewards for how many wins I had. Yep. Sounds right.
Up there in the mountains!
Yep. Oh, you know what? I should have Ravenous blocked this. I think I just play Ice Pillar out as a blocker. Fearsome on everything is the game, right? Yeah, matchup's hard. When does Trundle level again? Trundle levels when he sees the Ice Pillar come into play. There is some kind of weird bug, Zoran, that's causing some units to sporadically become invisible. I've not had it on stream in my 10 hours or so playing this expansion, but I was watching someone else last night, and they hit it. Aesol, Trundle, Tryndamere, so probably a War Mother's Call deck. I think I want to mulligan for aggressive things. I was watching someone stream last night, presumably from the PC client, and they hit it, so I don't think it's just a mobile issue. That was an awesome draw, because now we behold an 8-drop and have a 4-3 on turn 2.
Thought me smell something. This way.
Insert Spider-Man meme here. I feel like if they're a War Mother's Call deck, I would expect this to be a hard matchup for us, similar to the Deep deck. I would expect them to be able to go over the top of what we're able to put together on average.
Find humans! Make them flat!
Make them flat. Those are quite the stones. So round start, get an extra mana gem this round, so they are 2 resources ahead of us.
Smash! Smash! shape the skies and mold the earth.
And dragons cost 1 less, so they're going to be up to 7 resources next turn. Is there a board game shelf behind me? It is. In the before times, my wife and I played a lot of board games. Beholding does not reveal the card, no. This isn't a boomer card game where you need to reveal things to make sure people aren't cheating.
Daylight warms the heart and lights the
The trolls are going to war!
Go to war!
Footprints here.
Right.
Snow Sunder, huh?
Good as bone shiver.
So, if they have an Orion Sol, they could play it next turn, which is a little scary. This makes it cheaper. We know they have some kind of expensive spell in their hand because they beholded their troll scavengers.
What did you find? Shred. Smashing!
I wonder if we're gonna survive to get to 8 mana here.
Found you.
So these bounce off of each other, these bounce off of each other. We have Ravenous Flock to finish this.
ashes and stardust.
They look angry.
They're chumping with that. Okay, that's a little surprising.
As for Trundle,
So both of these have regeneration. So they're gonna pick their health totals back up here.
Hell too fast.
That's a Battle Fury. I kind of feel like I want a Battle Fury this turn. Let's wait and see what else they do. Maybe we can get them inside of combat with it.
My blade grows restless. Live to fight!
So Tryndamere here levels, but my Trundle's gonna regenerate. Wait, did I map that wrong? I totally counted that wrong, didn't I? Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, we're super dead. I think we were dead, even if I didn't fuck up that math, but definitely dead with the math messed up. Yeah, basically Watermelon. The house spiders are there so you don't just get run down against aggressive decks. They also serve to apply OK pressure against control decks. Trundle, Asol. Keep my 2. Asol probably means something looking to go a little bit later.
Can see the Dabastian border from here. They're out there. I'll spot them.
I've only spent about probably close to 10 hours playing since the patch released yesterday at this point. It feels very reasonable. I think on the surface, I definitely undervalued a lot of the synergies that are on the cards in this game. And I think part of that is my bias coming from Magic. It's been so long since synergistic strategies were good in Magic. It's kind of hard to wrap my brain around cards that depend on each other being good actually being playable.
And here's where I paint my constellation. Hold still.
One of the things that's really awesome about how Runeterra's turn sequencing works, it's easier for lower powered level things to be playable because you have more cards, since you're basically drawing twice as many cards as you do in Magic on average. That's a dragon. It has Fury in addition to Spell Shield, so every time it kills something, it gets bigger.
Look out for evil.
I only rearranged the current day schedule for big donations, Logan, to try and prevent people from, like, nickel and diming whatever the next deck's gonna be. So Spell Shield will prevent this from taking 2, but then the Spell Shield will go away, is my understanding. Yep, okay. Yeah, the what's it called list. I think I forgot Fuse Firebrand was the thing, or maybe I decided against it. The Lux Assault list I've been playing plays White Flame Protector and Screeching Dragon, and actually I've been playing Dragon's Clutches in it too to okay success. I think I'm just avalanching again here, and then Death's Handing to finish this. This shuts their ramp off and slows them down a bit. And I can take their big threat off the table with my deal 2 then, which is nice. I'm gonna kill this, because killing this keeps them off of 8 mana next turn. They're currently going under us, and I think I disagree with the assessment that they're going under us. I agree that their late game is probably better than our late game. I think Icequake's playable. We're just playing one of them, because, like, you also get them as Trundle spell on occasion. We're at 7 mana, they're at 9.
Eyes to me.
Pick 2 enemies, round start, stun them. Nah, it's just a good stuff combination, Blake. Not everything has to be synergy based. Nope, you were just oblivious to its Exitos. Perhaps if you had started watching while I was playing Magic, you have to refresh the stream for it to start if you were watching while I was playing a different game because of a Twitch bug.
Shiver in your boots. One troll to rule 'em all.
Now, unfortunately, this Trundle is, like, permanently stunned until we can get rid of this thing. My Swain is ready to level at least, though, so that's nice. That is a sick animation.
Prepare the cargo.
Ooh. Well, that was gonna be our out. Was getting that going with Swain. I have Battle Fury at least. I think we're gonna get Dragon Ship.
So sculptured.
We're dead, but I want to see his level up animation.
Wonder at my creations. I do love an audience. A familiar face for you Runeterrans. Kings can't lose.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. There's definitely a certain the Behold 8 cost things definitely introduces a certain amount of clunk into these decks. Like, in order to meet that requirement, and like with Leviathan 2, let's summarize. The last deck we played against felt like a good summary of why this is gonna struggle in certain matchups. Like, we're a little bit bigger than the aggressive decks and are probably okay against things like the Nightfall Daybreak decks, but both the deep archetype from last set and these Oriensol go bigger like Dragon Invoke decks both just kind of go over the top of what this archetype is looking to do. In general, for people that are in chat, don't use buzzwords. Like, this isn't corporate America. Don't tell me the deck's not coherent. Don't tell me the deck needs more tempo. Don't tell me it lacks synergy. If you'll note, when I'm talking about the deck and I'm trying to be specific. So I think the specific issue that this deck has is that it fails to be big enough to keep up with the big decks like the Deep and these Aesol decks, while simultaneously not being aggressive enough to get under them. And I don't think with like the core of what this deck is doing, you really have the tools to fix that problem. I don't think this archetype really has the ability to either get more aggressive or go further over the top without like really fundamentally changing what the deck is looking to do. Yeah, just like using buzzwords and keywords and telling me my deck's not agile enough and we need to meet at the stand-up tomorrow morning to discuss it. Like, this deck doesn't meet its KPIs and we're gonna have to retire it. Yeah, I mean, like, and actually to like pick apart why buzzwords are bad, I timed someone out for saying the deck wasn't coherent. I actually think the deck has a very reasonable game plan. We have Babbling Berg as a way to get more 8-drops without playing a ton of 8-drops in the actual deck. So we're able to use that Behold synergy without having a ton of actual 8s in our deck. So like, as far as coherent game plan goes, this deck has a good plan and it executes that plan well. It's just that plan's only really good against other mid-range and aggro, and it just isn't good against these big go-over-the-top type decks. All right, I've got one more Runeterra deck. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. Lulu has definitely been one of my favorite champions so far. We played Lulu Shen yesterday. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll. I get everything set up and flipped over. I need to run to the restroom as well. When we get back, we are going to try some Lulu along with Tarek here. So back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.